I'm holding on to US dollars. Help, save me, please. Massive drop overnight, massive drop still right now. What's weighing on the US dollar?
Well, David, it's really, the dollar story is actually of a treasury story, and it's a haven story, actually. You pointed out to that chart just now, the 2% mark is what everyone's looking for. We have no shortage of reasons to sell the dollar. We have the traders are increasingly concerned now about the economic impact of the hurricane damage to the U.S., and they say that that's probably another reason for the Fed to slow down any pace of policy tightening there. And then, of course, you have the North Korean tensions, and there's a possibility that there could be another missile launch this weekend. And finally, there are traders saying that there's concerns about the policy continuity at the Federal Reserve. We have latest story now that the White House could possibly be considering 6 candidates to replace Janet Yellen, and traders don't like that, and they're buying the treasuries.
Yeah. You just ran through a list of every single reason there that's why I should be avoiding the dollar. I mean, who would have imagined, right? We're closer to 91 now on the dollar index, 1134 here on the Bloomberg dollar index. Now, part of that equation is obviously the euro, especially when you look at the actual dollar index. Mario Draghi did what I call a Ronan Keating when he said nothing at all, or at least a little bit of nothing at all, and really talked down the currency. What's behind the move here in the euro?
Well, David, he did mention that, in fact, the traders kept a track of how many times he mentioned it. He talked about it about 4 times. But we have to see where it's coming from. The euro is actually about 1.2, and the last time his comments had such an effect was when the euro was at 1.4 to the dollar, and the European economy was a lot in a far weaker position back then, and this was in 2014. He mentioned a few times that the euro was too strong, but traders said that he refrained from actually mentioning any kind of action that they will take. In fact, the cut in ECB's forecast to the inflation forecast was probably a big signal that the ECB will probably slow down any plans to unwind the QE. Because if they did reveal the details yesterday, the euro would have probably shot up to 121.
And the other side of that equation, currencies trading pairs, Asian FX is on a tear right now. Anything that stands out to you?
Well, definitely the Chinese yuan. We've got a very strong rally in the yuan this week, and in fact in the past 2 weeks, and in fact it's starting to look like a haven flow from the North Korean tensions. The story behind the yuan is quite domestic. We have a possibility that the central bank would want to have a stronger currency in the lead up to the key Communist Party meeting in October. But also this year, the central bank has clamped down on a lot of capital outflows. And this is, we see this in the FX reserves, which have shot up as well. And traders said that there were quite a lot of stops being triggered when the yuan went through 6.5 to the dollar. Now they're looking at levels of 6.45 because they think that PBOC could possibly want to tolerate a stronger currency.